Peace, love, respect, and solidarity, people. My family, I love you. Welcome to another A.G.M perspective, where we discuss real issues in real time. Now, today I want to discuss a couple of things with you. The first being that there's a march planned for Stone Mountain, Georgia. Now, this march is supposed to be a reply to NFAC going to Stone Mountain due to a threat being made by white supremacists talking about they're going to start shooting black people July 4th. So NFAC suited up, booted up, went to Stone Mountain in the formation to address the threat. Okay. That was the opportunity to air out whatever needed to be aired out, but there was no white supremacists to be seen. Now, the white supremacists supposed to be planning this march to be an answer to NFAC. To me, it's comical. It's a joke. Now, we got some brothers that's all worked up because they want to set out to go and meet these white supremacists in Georgia. Now, the Grand Master said all NFAC personnel must stand down. All NFAC personnel must stand down. You see, today we got to be wise, people. We can't fall into the traps set by these people. These little petty traps, these little booby traps that they set to try to get the mindless. They're trying to work on people's emotions. They have something, they got an axe to grind. They got something to prove. We don't have to prove nothing. When the threat was made, we stepped up, or NFAC stepped up, addressed the threat, and that was it. They rolled back out. Now, these white supremacists done got back the momentum, recovered from whatever, the 2-piece or 3-piece that they suffered. So they got back their little balance. I don't even like really giving energy to this thing, but this is something that I just got to address, right? To let the brothers know and the sisters know that, listen, don't even feed into this. You don't have nothing to prove. The NFAC answered the call. They was there, Stone Mountain. The white supremacists weren't, and that's that. You understand me? I hear they can't even get a permit to march. But that's neither here or there, right? Remember, don't be a reactionary. You can't just be baited by every little thing that these people say or do. You always got to use your head, man. Don't let people control your emotions. Don't let people control you by saying certain things, certain triggers that they use. They could get you to move how they want you to move. Nah, you got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that. And this brother, the Grand Master, he doesn't want nobody to take it upon themselves in the name of NFAC to go get into some altercation or whatever, feeling that they have to step up. For what? Everybody got a right to Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Everybody. So when they do it, you can't feel away. The only thing you feel away for is if they start talking about dropping dead black people. That's when you take offense. That's when you pay attention. When they talking about they're gonna start dropping dead black bodies, that's when the problems start. Until then, you ain't gotta sweat that, man. They could talk all they want to talk. They could do what they need to do. Like I said, within the framework of the law, they could protest, they could march, whatever. That's on them. That's on them. That's no skin off of our nose, man. So don't play into that. Because if you play into it, you're going to get played out. The brother is telling you, don't get involved with that. That doesn't have anything to do with NFAC. That don't have anything to do with black people getting dissed or whatever. So don't take it like that. Everybody got the right to protest. Everybody got the right to Second Amendment rights to bear arms. So like the brother said, stand down. Stand down. If you move out on your own, you're on your own. You've been forewarned, right? The brother issued a mandate, all NFAC personnel to stand down. Okay. Now that's covered. Let's move on. Kamala. What you think about this sister? And some of you don't even think she a sister because she part Jamaican and she part Indian. So you feel that she's not a sister. Right? You don't embrace her as an American. But like I said, we got to stop the divide and conquer. We got to stop using the Willie Lynch tactics on ourselves. Now, I'm not saying I'm backing up the sister, but I recognize her as a melanated woman. As to her policies and all that, I have yet to be convinced that she's worth voting for. But one thing I do know, I know what the Orange Man, Orange Crush done did, which is zero, chaos, mayhem, lies on top of lies. So I know what I don't want. I know that I can't see this Orange Crush for another term. That's out. That's out. Can't deal with that. Can't deal with that. So now we have to, I can't tell you how to vote, and I wouldn't even try to. All I know is I don't deal with individuals. I don't deal with personalities. I deal with issues. because I'm a black man, a melanated man, my priorities are, or my concerns are black people. What does Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have in store, or what can they promise the black populace? We have a lot of things that we need to be addressed, man. Mass incarceration, man. So many brothers locked up, trumped up charges. Informant testimonies. I could go on and on and on and on and on. We have a problem. Most of the leadership in the black community, the strong leadership, has been stripped away and placed in jail. All the OGs, all the strong brothers, all the leaders of the community, because of fear of a black messiah, were taken off the street. The powers that be are so scared of black leadership galvanizing people together that any chance they get to take one down, just like back in the slavery times, whoever was the strongest on the plantation that people looked upon for strength and guidance and leadership, they buck break him, humiliate the brother, so that everybody else will be broken. When they broke him, they broke everybody else with just that one move. And they still doing this today. So we got to be mindful of what's taking place. So when you see all these brothers in Chicago, New York, gunning each other down, not putting value on black lives, they have no leadership. They have no real leadership out there. It's the blind leading the blind. Then it becomes a cycle. Revenge killings. You took one of mine, I'm going to take two of yours. Okay, you took two of mine, I'm going to take four of yours. A cycle. Everybody want to seem strong, appear strong. But nobody wants to be the bigger man. See, if the leaders is out there, they'll pull up on the little soldiers and tell them, listen, man, you got to cease. Come and bring the two sides together. They talk it out and work it out or whatever. Somebody have to take the higher ground. Nobody wins in war. Everybody loses. Anybody who love war or talk about they love war have never been to war. Or if they've been to war and love war, something wrong with them. They some psychopaths or something. They get off for killing. So when you see politicians come with tough laws and try to lock up everybody, they're not solving the root cause of black on black violence and crime. They're not solving the problem. They're taking away the leadership. That's the problem. When you take away the leadership, you got torpedoes out there that's unfocused. They just going everywhere. You got crime on the street. You got violence. People that's making money on the street legally, if they have a means, trust me, they be busy working a 9 to 5, whether they're out there busting a gun. when you have little or no alternative, then you're going to go the worst route. If you don't have jobs, the politicians are responsible for creating job opportunities out there. If there are no jobs, then the drug dealers are going to be the primary source of employment. These young boys are going to turn to the drug dealers, to the gangs, or wherever outlet that they could go to make a fast buck. That's where they're going to go. You can talk to somebody about putting down the gun and stopping the violence, but if you don't have nothing to replace that, them young boys not trying to hear what you got to say. Straight up and down. Young boys are real. These youths are real intuitive. They know when you're talking bull. And they'll tell you straight up, man, listen, man, you talking that off the wall, man. I'm not trying to hear that. Come to me with something real, man. I need to feed my babies. I need to take care of my baby mama. I need something real. I don't need words. It's just like you bringing somebody off the street. That's why you see a lot of these rappers or whatever, they're entangled with crime. You got these record execs that recruit these dudes, but sometimes they don't have no funds or they can't really put no substantial investment into the individual artists, so they still got to be out there grinding, trying to make ends meet the best way they can. This is reality. We're not talking about fantasy. We're not talking about no movie. We're talking about reality. If you don't offer people real solutions to offset the problem, you'll never solve the problem. You'll always try to lock up the youths, but the problem, the underlying problem, will still be there. So now, we got the Democrats. Now that was a power move, putting his sister down with Biden. That's to snare the black vote. Now automatically, oh, the sister running. We rolling with the sister because she black. We rolling with her. VP. First time ever. But we got to be smart people. We got to bargain our vote. You just don't get our vote on the strength that you just saying, yeah, I got a black VP, give me a vote, fall in. No. What are you going to do for black people? We're not giving no votes just like that. You got to earn that. What can you guarantee us? Like I said, you got mass incarceration. You got unemployment. You got healthcare issues. The education has a lot to be desired. We need better education. The curriculum has to change. Stop feeding our children this whitewashed bull, man. And start incorporating black studies. We need to learn the truth, at least balance the lessons of history, man, including black people's achievements, and don't make it seem like it's like a white world. White people achieved everything. Everything of substance they did, and no, 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 no. We need to build self-esteem within the black family. So we need our achievements acknowledged straight up like that. Quality education. We got a lot of political prisoners locked up. Brothers is old already, man. They done been in prison most of their life. We need these brothers pardoned. Man. We need these brothers pardoned. Some of these cases of our leaders that was taken down on the trumped up charges need to be revisited. A lot of these cases with these informants that were either paid or they try to bargain for a lesser sentence after being caught in some conspiracy. So they gave up somebody else, a bigger fish, so that they could walk or get a reduced sentence. These cases need to be revisited. You got brothers that have put in 30 years already. How much time do you need? And they don't even have murders attributed to them or any serious links to crime, but what an informant said. These things need to be revisited. Like I said, we have to hold these people accountable. We can't just give them the vote. Yes, Trump got to go. That's a given. Trump got to go. But you can't just vote on that premise alone that Trump got to go. Yeah, we know he got to go. And he know he going to. But he going to fight like hell. They going to try to rig what they can rig. They're going to fight like hell to stay. Remember history, what I told you. Whenever the white supremacists felt that the black vote will upset the balance of their power, they always rose up and came at black people with terrorist tactics, try to discourage them so that they could control their vote. History always repeats itself. Keep your eyes open. All states should observe the Second Amendment right. All states. But you have some that have denied open carry. Harsh gun laws. Why? gun laws, whether they're harsh or not, do not deter crime. That has been proven through statistics. Everybody have the right to bear arms, but they want to keep the public disarmed. So when your rights are being infringed and you need to rise up, they'll make sure you're disarmed. And they'll always have the advantage to inflict what they need to inflict on you because you can't defend yourself. All these things are matters and concerns that we need to push to Kamala and Joe Biden. These things are concerns of the Black community. We need our rights restored, and we need certain laws that's on the books that's been there from slavery times revoked. We need some of those things taken out, amended. We can't be taken for granted, man. Of course, you come and smile and shake my hand, and then nobody going for that no more. Hold a black baby, take a couple photo ops, take some pictures, go to a black church. Come on, man, that's weak. I said weak. Study history. Don't be gullible, people. Study history. Know the tricks and follow the election. Know the issues. Everybody could talk a good game, but few people can manifest what they say. Like I said, I don't vote personalities, man. I don't go by what individuals look like or what they're talking about and this and that. I look at their actions. I look at their actions. I look at what they bring to the table. Everybody looks could be deceiving. Just because somebody look presidential, that doesn't make them presidential. Some people might have credentials. Credentials could be bought. I like to look at people's track record. History tells you a lot about what the future holds. We got to do our research on these candidates. We got to be informed. At one time I was saying, man, I'm not even bothering with that voting stuff, but voters' rights. People sacrificed a lot to give us the rights to vote. But what I say is, if you are going to vote, and I hope you vote, vote consciously. Vote for somebody or vote for a party that have your best interest at heart. That hold these people responsible. You can't just give them anything. They just can't come and smile and expect us to just fold and just head. We got you. None. None of that. If they don't have our agenda in mind, recognize what we need in the black community, I can't speak for anybody else. And this is just my perspective. But like I said, the concerns of the black community is my business. Because that's where I live. I am my brother's keeper. So let's be educated when it comes to this voting. It's voting season, people. Don't be taken for granted. Don't be prostituted for your vote. Everybody will come with their promises. You got to hold them accountable. You can't allow people to play us like we're morons and idiots. You're better than that. You're smarter than that. You're wiser than that. They have to respect us. When they come before us, we got to hear what they have planned for us. How do they plan to remedy the ills of our community? Now you got to have your 5 concerns or 10 concerns or whatever. You write out your concerns and we mesh these concerns together and present it to them. And see what's their response and how they plan to remedy the situation. If they're not talking the talk that we need to hear, then guess what? We have to put pressure on them to come back to the table, come back correct. This is the season when you could get things done. When people need you, then you could call the shots, or at least get them to listen to what you have to say, because they want what you have. They want the black vote. They need the black vote. So guess what? Listen, I got what you want. What do you have for me? Let's bargain. Let's reason. Let's sit down and chop it up. Let's come to some kind of agreement. The black community needs to come together, lay out our concerns, and see if these candidates will remedy the situations that's plaguing us, or that's on our minds, that we need to be addressed. Not looked over, not promised with no hopes of fulfilling, but to be accepted, reviewed, and to come back with a beneficial answer that everybody will be satisfied with. That's what we want. We want to be recognized and respected, not taken for granted. No more votes for free. This is a new day. This is a new time. New mindset. Strong people. Peace and love, people. If you like this content, like, subscribe, push the notification button. Peace and love, always.